Good evening, jammers, and welcome to the Jams and Cocktails live podcast, episode 63. We'll give a round of applause for that. I don't know what we're going to do at episode 100. I'm very excited. I'm Brad Brock, and I'll be your host this evening. I'd like to thank all of you for tuning in live with us on Facebook, YouTube, and JNC Radio. And of course, a thank you to everyone catching the rerun on YouTube or listening in on your favorite podcast platform like iHeartRadio or Spotify. As always, wherever you're tuning in, please subscribe, follow, and share the show with your friends. I think we're at 71 subscribers on YouTube, so we're wanting to hit that magic 100 subscriber milestone. So please go out there and subscribe to us. We have a super fun show for you tonight. Our special guests are a huge part of the local music scene, so we're excited to have them here with us. Joining us in the legendary JNC Lounge is the exalted Ms. Jordan Taylor.
Hello, everybody.
And hiding in the back, the bad bitch herself, Ms. Elly Brown. You get an applause too. Joining us. And, of course, also in the lounge with us tonight, the dynamic duo from Raincat Recording Studio and the band The Sovereign Sons, Jeff Coulter and Bryan Lamar.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. Of course. Hey, guys, while we get to know Jeff and Bryan tonight, we'll take a peek inside the Jordy Files. We'll play a round of Name That Tune. We'll get our midweek motivation, not from Tony Espinosa tonight, but Elly will be filling his shoes while Tony is out of town. And we'll also be putting Jeff and Bryan on the hot seat inside the Lipton tea. You guys are in for it. But before we get into that, I think it's only fitting that we kick it off with our Shot of the Week. All I have to say about this shot is, where is John McDonald when you need him?
I was literally just going to be like a public service announcement.
Yes.
Use the finger.
Oh, man.
Or the tongue.
Wow. Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, bang. She's on fire tonight. Well, guys, tonight's shot is a pretty simple recipe. It's your standard Jell-O shot, but with possibly my favorite candy, a Sour Patch Kid stuck in the middle. So, Elly told me that it's not particularly.
No,
good.
they've been sitting for a minute.
I only made it today.
Well,
anyway,
that's genius with the Sour Patch Kid in there, though.
Jell-O shots are the simplest thing. You follow the directions for the Jell-O, you substitute half the water with vodka, and you enjoy. So, so easy. Anyway, here we go. Let's take a look at it here, and they're beautiful.
Just so great.
So,
really
cheers, you guys.
Salud.
To you boys, to you ladies.
Here we go.
Oh, I can feel it in there.
Mm-hmm.
these are really deep cups. I just gotta say.
Oh, yeah.
See, he stuck to the bottom with mine too.
I'm really glad I'm on camera doing that.
Yep, and now it's forever. You can never live it down.
Yeah, it's on the internet, so it's officially part of the canon.
Is this the first time you guys needed napkins?
Yeah, I know. I was just gonna say we really should put
Elly,
some of those.
can you run and grab these guys some napkins?
Yes.
That'd be awesome. You guys, if you'd like to join us each week for our Shot of the Week, head over to jncpodcast.com, click on the Shot of the Week link, and see what we're planning. Of course, you can get everything you need booze-wise from our friends at Drizzly. So check that out. Yeah. They get messy.
That is
They're
really
finger
good.
licking.
Especially if you use Jordan's method and you
Finger licking.
get in there with your
Yeah.
finger.
You gotta-
Yep.
yeah,
That's my method.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a disaster. Yeah, you got to get one clean go at the Jell-O shot. Like,
Yep.
there's-
It's true.
like-
Otherwise,
it's
it's
like sushi.
yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
One wrong move, just
Thank you so much.
no good.
There she goes. That's perfect.
Oh,
Solid.
thank you.
Thank you.
Clean
Yes.
finger.
Why?
Better.
Thank you. Just throw that anywhere.
Ah, thank you. I guess we could all use
Yeah.
some napkins here. Jell-O shots there.
And a
These
bib.
Let me tell you what, though. It was better when we had Christine Baird on. We did these boozy pudding shots.
I saw that.
And the photograph that I looked at was like, oh, these look so cute. These are really cute. And then I made them, and they looked like dog shit in a cup. And I was like, there's no way to
Class this up.
class this up. So I got little spoons, and I was like, yeah, we're just gonna eat these like a little pudding cup.
Because even sprinkles wouldn't help.
No.
It would make it worse.
Exactly.
Look like the furry dude that's been out there for a while. Anyway,
Oh, no.
Yeah.
we're getting off topic. It's time to introduce the guys. While they were ridiculous, while they were building their recording studio, they were also building a bridge for local recording artists to connect with their fans through their original music. They've produced countless records and worked with dozens of artists over the years, and have stamped their brand and sound on a huge amount of the local music that we enjoy here on the Treasure Coast. Check out Jeff and Bryan from the Raincat Recording Studio.
You can get low, you can go fast, or you can take it slow. You can get up, or you can get so far down. No matter, change is gonna come around. Change is gonna come around. Change is gonna come
Welcome to the show, you guys. Welcome officially.
Thank you.
Hey.
Thank you.
Just
Thanks for
trying to
having
live
us.
up to that intro.
I know that was a way cool montage. I know. I'm
It's all
glad
good. You guys have already lived up with it just in your accolades and what you've contributed to the music scene.
Oh.
I'm constantly hearing music come out from my friends, and I'm like, "Where did you record that?" And they're like, "Of course, we recorded it at Raincat." So,
Man, we're really lucky to work with some really good people around here. Yeah, I'm stealing that bridge line too. By the way, that was really good. Yeah,
it's free. It's free. You take it. Well, we're gonna dive into just a little interview. This is the roughest part of the whole show. After this, it's all downhill. Really, it never gets better. Well, okay, so we'll jump right into it. Most of us as local musicians are very familiar with Raincat, whether we've actually worked with you guys or not. You're still a mainstay on the music scene here in the Treasure Coast, but the story begins way before Raincat. So let's go back to where you guys met and began your musical journey.
We met in 7th grade, actually, at St. Michael's School, and we were not friends at first. Yeah, we didn't really like each other at the beginning
Mortal
of the year.
enemies.
Yeah, a little bit.
How
Of
all
middle
great
school.
friendships start.
Yeah.
Shits.
All great friendships.
Every friendship I've ever had.
Grinchy friendships.
Yeah, anyway, I met him and his twin brother Lucas, and in 8th grade, he asked if I wanted to start a band. He was like, my stepdad has a drum set, and you can figure out a guitar or something. And I said no, and he talked me into it, which was a super good call.
Yeah,
Thank
you
for
were
that.
heavy into Ja Rule at
I
the
was
time.
into Ja
so
Rule. I was big, yeah.
after getting him to say yes, my second thought was like, okay, we got to work on this because I'm trying to do a rock band, and right now these influences aren't
Yeah.
quite right.
Baggy shorts aren't working for me.
So yeah,
Hey, it's all good. I feel like probably during that time was when Kid Rock was doing
Oh,
his
yeah.
thing, and you know,
The early 2000s were not a great cultural period for us as a species, I feel like.
we learned a lot. Formative years.
Auto-tune was right around then.
That's true. Yeah,
so a
that's-
lot of
yeah.
things started happening.
Well,
Things
that's
were
awesome.
able to start happening, yeah.
So all the way back to middle school,
Yeah.
and you didn't start out as friends, but then you became friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so after high school, let's talk about touring and Drowned Out, and then the eventual name change that came along with that.
Yeah. So we started touring pretty much right out of high school. We had done a couple little like round the state things while we were still in senior year probably. And we went out to Texas for our first tour, and it was
In the summer.
summertime. Good call. And
Nothing like summertime in Texas.
oh, yeah.
Very cool out there.
Yeah.
promptly
Don't ever do that,
Yeah.
everybody.
Promptly lost at least 3/4 or more of the shows on that tour.
Wow.
So we ended up spending our whole time basically sitting at a coffee shop, Kolash factory in Texas, and then just trying to book other gigs. And anyway, it was terrible, but we were hooked. And we ended up doing...
Well, we went and played for a label out there, which was interesting because at the time we were like so starstruck, and this label represented a couple bands that we like really loved and were definitely above us at the time. And we're getting out of high school. We literally like graduated and we're like, peace. And I remember asking people in Tennessee, I'm like, where's Publix? And they were like, what's Publix? And I was like, what do you mean, what is Publix? Anyway.
A pub sub.
Where do you people shop?
Yeah, so we were definitely like green in all aspects. And
not terribly good either.
we were tight for what we were doing at the time, but I think the label certainly knew that. But they were great. They came out and saw us at a show, and I remember being so nervous. And anyway, but yeah, a lot of the shows were dropped. It was so hot. Like, go north in the summer. You know, it's just like so.
Use
like
geography
all
to
the
your
snowbirds do. You
Yeah.
gotta use that formula.
Yeah.
They got it right.
Yeah, so that first tour was like huge learning experience, but then we just did like a lot of DIY self-booked tours for like the next 4 to 5 years, and some other tours with bands that, you know, they were represented by people. And that was, we toured a lot with Drowned Out. Eventually a name switch.
Right. Yeah. So we'll get to that. Let's talk a little bit about Abolish, and of course being signed to Jamie Josta's indie label Stillborn Recordings, and that was in 2009.
Yep.
Jamie, of course, being the front man of the band Hatebreed, and they were massive around that time.
That was a big deal for us. Yeah.
So like tell me a little bit about that experience of getting to work with him and his people.
That was super cool. Hatebreed was a huge influence on us as a band. That was actually, one of the huge, influences behind us kind of switching when we changed the name to Abolish. We kind of we down-tuned, we got a little bit slower, a little bit lower, a little bit heavier, kind of more sludgy, and a little bit more hardcore, a little bit less tech metal. So when Jamie Josta hit us up and signed us, we were, thrilled.
Sure.
And,
it's a fun call to get.
Yeah, for sure. And I remember he actually, he hit him up, Brian hit him up on MySpace. And I was like, yeah, whatever. Like, he's going to check his MySpace. And
he was working with Catalepsy, which was a band around Orlando at the time. And so that was the connection. And our friend Rob is still doing music and doing awesome bands in that area. But that was the initial connection. And I think I just reached out. I was bold enough to be like, hey, we're doing a lot of touring, like, whatever. We have this connection point. And at some point, they got back. And the relationship started like that. And then it took a few years, I think, of staying in contact, or at least a couple, because initially they asked us to put out a split as Drowned Out and Abolish. And
interesting move.
Yeah. At that point, we had made the choice to, switch, and I was like, Drowned Out is not, an option anymore.
That's smart.
Yeah.
And during that time, MySpace was massive.
Yeah.
There might be some people born in 1998 that don't understand how influential MySpace and having a lot of friends. And
that was like the first one.
The top eight, baby.
Yeah.
And the ability to connect with other artists or labels.
Big deal.
And it was, for us as being in the music business, MySpace was far superior,
way better
for networking than Facebook has even become
Still.
in the last 15 years or however long it's been. I hate talking about it.
It was a rough switch.
Right.
Yeah. It was. I thought that MySpace, I was like, oh, that will always be around. Facebook,
Gonna last
short-lived.
forever.
Yeah, and MySpace taught me so many things. I learned how to code because you had to make your own, your own background and take out the little ads or whatever. Yeah.
Oh
do those cool embed players and
add the music. It was a jam.
But if you did it wrong, the music just played and you had no idea where it was coming from.
Hiding somewhere, you got like nine lost songs on your page.
Let me tell you, MySpace was the Wild West in a lot of respects.
It was awesome.
I have to I have to pull up a couple photos here.
Oh God, you got some
of
good
you guys as Abolish, just to put it
days.
just to put it into perspective. Just look at these baby faces.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look at them.
Oh, wow.
That's sweaty post-show, too. I remember that picture.
So
Yep.
tell us a little bit about this lineup. Obviously, your brother Lucas in the band as well. You guys aren't twins, are you?
Yeah, right.
Right?
Nope.
And of course, you with Drowned Out, you switched singers. So I'm assuming this is the new singer.
That's a new singer, Simeon. He's up in New York now.
Is he
Simeon
still
Graham.
doing music? And all?
He is.
He's a beast, man.
yeah, he
he
is a
sounds
beast.
so good still.
Yeah.
No, he's great. Awesome,
That's awesome.
awesome vocalist. He's just, he's so mean, but the sweetest guy in the world.
Right.
Yeah.
But also fantastic to have with you on tour because he's like jacked. He's about 7 feet wide. Like, he's
You
just
get-
this massive
Oh,
dude.
You
So,
get paid.
Yeah, you get paid every
Nice.
You do get paid.
He's like bodyguard, but
time.
also in the
enforcer
Yeah,
and
he's
the
the-
whole thing.
Yeah.
Well,
So
you guys-
keeper.
You guys released one record under Abolish. I don't have any of the cuts available here, but it's actually been re-released just last year, remastered. I noticed. I saw on Spotify. So
Somebody did that. I don't know.
I don't know. Let me tell you, the Facebook for Abolish is still pretty active, believe it or not. So I'm looking forward to listening to that. And do you guys have any plans to ever get back together and do a little jammy jam?
We talked about doing, some one-off studio stuff just to do it, and we probably will do
there
something.
will be.
Yeah, there
one
will be
day.
eventually.
I talked to Simi and I was like, if I send you a song, can you do vocals? And he said, yep, I've got a spot. So it'll happen.
Awesome.
It's out there, man.
That's
I
awesome.
miss the metal. It's just
It never leaves you.
yeah,
Yeah,
it doesn't.
Metalhead for life.
Put that
for
on a
sure.
shirt. That belongs on a shirt.
Metal never leaves
never
you.
leaves you.
No.
That is good.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
That's sweet, really.
so you guys finally settled back to Stewart, and in 2012 you started what would become Raincat. So tell me about that beginning.
We started it out of our house at the time. We were. I was running an open mic, just a bar at Osceola Street Cafe where I was working.
Oh wow!
And and then so we started the open mic back up there, and we were just kind of jamming out. We had quit the band, or the band had stopped, and we were not really sure what we were doing. We were writing songs, but we had gotten together a little demo studio just so that we could do some stuff and throw together a couple of tunes, and then. We started seeing so many great acts coming through the open mic that we started inviting them back to our bedroom just to, record them and get.
Yeah, we
Got a
did.
nickel for every time.
Because we started it originally in the closet of my room.
An incredible house, by the way.
It was a great
Awesome
house. Yeah, it was
spot.
like tree house. Basically, it was like up on stilts in the
That's
forest.
awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool.
It's like Jordan's favorite style around here.
Yeah.
Whenever we drive by one, she's like, "Oh, I love that house." I'm like, you say that about every house that has the garage on the bottom.
Yep.
Move on up.
Yep.
And then we eventually switched it around so that I moved into the closet and we put the studio in my room.
You never hear about people going into the closet.
No, yeah. And then we just got it. Just we started just tracking our buddies. We started with Summer Gill. Was one of our first paying clients. Her and her dad Ken came in to do like a Christmas album, and we started
It was
recording.
adorable.
It was
That's
really
so
cute.
cute.
Adorable.
Shout out
I
to
do-
Summer.
Yeah, I do love like seeing them out performing
Oh,
together.
they're-
It's
Oh, did they
'Cause
perform together?
they do.
Oh, they're great.
And Ken's just so great. He plays all the good
He's
songs.
the
like-
jam, yeah.
And
He's
of
so
course,
good.
she's just amazing.
Ken's just an awesome dude in general.
Yeah, in general.
And we started doing Brian Owens and Cerveza and a few other guys, bands
Ryan.
and Maya Ryan at the time, and eventually, it just kind of became a thing. Then it got too big for the house, and we moved into downtown Stewart. Ron Hart had a little place back there. It's called the Dirty Hippie now.
Oh yeah.
It's like on Seminole Street. Back in we had like the tracking room was upstairs and the control room was downstairs and the vocal booth was across the hall. We were there for 5 years, and then we've been in our new location in Jensen for another 5 years now. So,
Wow.
That's awesome.
or no, it can't
Not-
not quite 5
not
years, but
five,
yeah. Anyway,
yeah.
I'm bad with
Close
the
enough.
timeline's
Time
all
is
fucked up.
relative.
Yeah.
Rounded up.
Yeah, I feel like 2020 just destroyed everybody's sense of actual time.
2020 was 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah. So
you
you've
know,
been there 10 now.
somebody said that to me just recently. They're like, "Yeah, 2020 was like 5 years long." I believe it.
For real.
And it looks so nice. Did you guys design the studio? Nice.
That was one thing we were very happy about in our new location, that we were able to kind of build it out a little bit more to our specs. So it's really a small place, but we've been able to make it work really well for us, and really well for, I feel like, a modern studio, in terms of keeping, space and cost and overhead to a minimum, because we're working in the box and there's not really just, it's worked out really well. We've been able to make a small space work.
Yeah, well, I tell you, man, it's such a versatile space too, because I've seen countless videos of artists performing in a space, and I'm like, oh my god, that place it's so. Wow, you see the size of this bug.
Yeah, he's been flying around.
Yeah,
it's such a cool room. It's so clean, and the lighting is nice, and it's it's very neutral. It's not abrasive, so like it really allows, at least visually, for the artists to kind of come through as themselves. And
thank you.
Yeah.
It really does, and it looks spacious. Like I would never think it was a small. Like when Ryan Owens did his Chemistry.
Yeah.
But you think I was like, oh my god, where is he? It's like,
and it's crazy
be
because
my whole house.
It's versatile enough to where it's not like I'm like like for our space here. Anybody that ever comes in and records their radio shows or podcasts in here, which happens often, this is definitely what it is. There's no it's not versatile space. It's like, yep, we're in garage chic. We're definitely in the lounge.
I don't know, man. The brick really sets it off so nicely, though. It really, it gives it a whole vibe. Yeah,
it's like a basement up north.
Yeah, it's funny. Before we put the brick up, I just had the facade in here, and I just had it leaning up against the wall. And eventually, like, the whole top was like starting to arch over, and I was like, I guess it's time to actually attach it. So we did.
No more mishap.
Yeah, I feel safer now.
It worked out good. Yeah, definitely worked out for the best. Yeah.
Well, this is probably a tough question to answer, but is there a record or project that you've worked on that really stands out for you guys?
I mean, yeah, too many to count, really. They all do in different ways. I think every record is a growth process. You achieve new stuff, hopefully, and you get better with everyone. So everyone's a milestone in its own way, I would say. They're cool for different reasons.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you find yourselves stepping into a producer role for a lot of artists? Because I imagine, especially on the local scene, you have a lot of people that come in and they want to record their songs, but they don't really have a direction for it. Or they're kind of looking for somebody that deals in production constantly. Local scene, people probably aren't rolling around with their own producers, and in some way, like, I know Zach Jones with Gravel Kings, like they went out and they found really great producers to help produce their records. And it shows,
Totally.
like when you got Grammy Award winning producers producing your record, they put that slick sheen on it, and it's nice.
There's a reason, yeah.
But do you guys feel like you've grown as producers in working with local artists that might not have a solid direction for their sound?
Absolutely, yeah, no, totally. It's a really cool job to do every day, because you are kind of thrown into different situations every day, and different artists that have different needs. So yeah, a lot of people do need direction or need advice, and you tend to kind of, I wouldn't say it's like you would walk into a job and be like, oh, I'm gonna be producing this today, or I'm gonna be doing this today. It's more just that everything kind of bleeds into one.
Right, it's fluid. You just kind of assess
as you're doing it. You're like, oh, you might not want to, maybe want to leave that off there, like that's get a little busy, or little things to just kind of. When you do this as often as we do, you just kind of learn the tricks to what makes a good record, because you do it every day. And so there's just little things that artists don't think about, because they're not making records every day. They're making songs every day.
Songs.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. That's awesome. Well, speaking of bands, I would be remiss if we didn't talk about the Sovereign Sons. This is certainly a departure from your sound with Abolish, but I really like it.
Thank you.
So let's talk about the Sovereign Sons.
Sovereign Sons was, it's like our band that we started before the studio, actually. But then we took a however many 8-year hiatus because we had a studio. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just, it's like the old thing of the carpenter that's, never gets his cabinets done. Like the last thing you want to do after recording a kick drum all day is go record more kick drums.
Believe me, I feel you.
But yeah, so anyway, we it's like our thing that we try to work on Mondays, and it's our little project. It's super fun. I'm loving doing it. It's nice to have an outlet again.
Yeah, I'm stoked to see more. Like, we have a couple tracks that we're going to be playing a little bit later on, but I'm definitely interested to hear more. Like, I listened to those tracks and I was like, I'm ready for more.
Okay,
I'm ready for more. Let's do this.
Nice.
Yeah. So, is this strictly a studio project, or do you guys play out, or anything like that?
We haven't played out, no, and don't really have any plans to. In the future, in the near future, anyway. I mean, we'll see. Yeah,
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. We, I mean, right now we can barely play the songs live.
Oh, gosh.
Just because
That's
we
all right,
kind of write them in the studio. So we'll hash them out between ourselves. But then when we're just the way that we kind of think about songwriting now has changed so much as engineers and as producers that there's parts that we'll lay down, like, and we'll be listening to the song 6 months later or a year later and be like, what is that? I got nothing. That's a whole, like, that guitar part is lost to me. I got nothing because there's 12 guitar parts in it or something. There's
many layers.
Yeah, millions.
Yeah, even in tracks that I've done, like, I'll listen back and I'll be like, well, I have no idea what I did there. Some things I don't even know who the musician was that
that's
cut
cool.
parts on
Is
there.
that me?
Yeah, it's like I have one project that I did. It was back in like 2003 called Chronically Cross-Eyed. It was all like disturbed type hard rock.
Oh man, I'd love to hear that.
And I have to say, I don't think I've ever been a better guitar player. But it was also so awful. It was just a whole different style. There was nothing funky about it. It was all just like I don't know. Anyway,
I know metal doesn't have a whole lot of room for funk or soft edges.
Yeah, it's just in your face.
Yeah.
Drop D
angles.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big part of the reason we went in the direction we did when we started Raincat and also started playing with the Sovereign Sons and that kind of music. Because after Abolish, Jeff went out of town for about a year, and I was alone without my songwriting partner. So I picked up piano and was kind of jamming with other people on drums. But when he came back, I was like, hey, man, learned piano, got some songs. I was like, don't want to quit music. Do you? And he was like, nope. And I was like, all right, so let's get to it. And yeah. And then slowly that developed into Raincat.
Yeah.
But nowadays it's like you birth a song and it exists. We do rehearse the songs from time to time, but it's kind of like not with an intention of we need to be tight to go play these live, which will happen one day, I suppose. But right now we're just enjoying the creation process, and then once they're out there, they're out there.
It's so fun because I feel like I'm at a point now where I'm on the other end of the other side of that coin, where all I do is perform all the time. So I, like you said, what's the last thing you want to do when you've been, playing music all day, all week long is come into a studio and then record more music.
Lay it down, yeah.
But prior to that, or like when I would come home on vacations from the cruise ships, all I did was sit in my room and put my Pro Tools up and just record music, whatever I'd been writing on the ship. I'd come home and record it. And, in a way that I could never perform live, like you said, with 10 guitar tracks and, perfect vocals and, because I had 900 takes on it. But I totally feel that. And I applaud that you guys write your music, you record it and like you said, it just exists. And that's kind of cool in its own right. But taking it a step further and cutting music videos for it really brings it to life. I'm stoked about playing these videos because I watched them today and I was like, these are awesome. It's so well done and well designed. Can't wait to show you guys.
Thank you.
But I just have a couple more questions.
Real quick, just before I forget, because I
Sure.
wanted to ask you this: Did you do your records? Did you record yours?
I did.
You did. You did a great job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
No, yeah.
Yeah. There's some parts that I'm super proud of, and there's other parts where I'm like, I listen back and I'm like, oh man.
Oh, yeah.
I should have put some pro ears on that. But thank you very much.
We think that all the time too.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So, a question or a topic that sucks to talk about, but it's important, I believe. I imagine that during the beginning of the pandemic, there was probably a lot of artists with tons of time on their hands. So, did you guys see a spike in recording sessions during that time?
Not a spike necessarily. Actually, right when like the stay-at-home order hit in Florida, we like lost our entire month. Our calendar pretty much called and canceled because nobody really knew what the deal was.
Of course,
like,
yeah.
can I go anywhere but Publix, or like, what's the deal?
Right.
So we were a little freaked out, just because that had never happened before.
Right.
But it pretty quickly kind of just sorted itself out. And like you said, people have been having a lot of time on their hands, so that's been helpful. And it's actually been we've been really lucky, and we're just really grateful that we've been really busy this year. So it's been, we haven't noticed much of a drop off at all.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's been a chore for everyone,
sure.
Like it's certainly hasn't been fun, but a lot of people use that time to be creative or refocus on what they're trying to do. So I do see a lot of people out there that all of a sudden have this fire again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm, for one, like, I probably never would have dove into this podcast as hard as I did if I had was still pulling doubles 4 nights a week, playing music. Last thing I want to do is put my head in front of a microphone.
Yep.
So like, help me get my priorities in order.
I think it's really important for people to be bored a little bit. Like for creative people, you
Absolutely.
need that to be able to do new stuff and to be able to think outside the box. Like if you're just constantly running yourself ragged, you got no energy for new shit at the end of the day.
Right.
And
Right.
it is important to let yourself be bored.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, I think it's time to share some music videos. The first one that we're going to feature is the brand new one, and this is called About Face, and very cool concept. I really enjoyed it. The next video is even better. It was just loaded with great moments. But thank you guys so much for tuning in live with us. Coming up next, we'll take a peek inside the Jordy Files. But first, here is the first video of the night. This is the Sovereign Sons, About Face. And here we go.
You can get high or you can get low. You can go fast or you can take it slow. You can get up or you can get so far down. No matter, change is gonna come around. I've been wasting my time, not tasting the good life is just around the corner for me. I give in to temptation, spend my time getting wasted on dreams and memories. You can get high or you can get low. You can go fast or you can take it slow. You can get up or you can get so far down. No matter, change is gonna come around. Change is gonna come around. Change is gonna come around. I had love and I lost it. Had dreams, I tossed them out in the rain. They washed away fast or take it slow. Get up, yeah, get on down. You can get high or you can get low. You can go fast or you can take it slow. You can get up or you can get so far down. Change is gonna come around. Change is gonna come around. Change is gonna come around. Change is gonna come around.
We were just talking while that was playing, and you guys were mentioning that it's kind of like making a video out of just nothing. And I was saying, I always overthink everything that I want to do, and I don't just do it. And so now I'm inspired.
Hey, man.
I'm gonna have to go and cut a little music video for something.
That's such powerful advice, because so many people just get in their own way by overthinking and never actually doing the thing. I do it all the time.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, you spend 5 hours thinking about the thing instead of just doing it.
Right. It's
True.
Yeah.
I think my parents were like, if you put more energy into just doing what you're supposed to do instead of finding ways to get out of it, you'd be done by now. That's
True.
Well, each week, the lovely Jordan Taylor takes us on a journey through On This Day music history, celebrity birthdays, and departures, and more in her very own segment called The Jordy Files. I need to get Christine Bear back in here. I can't beatbox that all. She's killer.
She is good.
All right, Jordan.
All right, Brad.
Oh, you got a
And
friend
Elly.
back there. What do you got for us this week?
Okay, well, we have quite a plethora of birthdays. March 31st, last day of the month. Isn't that crazy all? It's about to be
yeah.
April. The fuck?
I can't believe it's
So-
April already.
I have to know who's got a great prank for tomorrow. Anybody got a great prank lined up?
No.
No.
I have a good one.
Oh, you do?
And just before I get you started, so just before we do this show, we pre-record Johnny Ringo's pirate radio show here in the lounge, and so I'm going to tell him tomorrow that something happened. I lost the whole show,
That is
Nice.
mean.
and I don't think he's tuning in. I don't think he ever tunes in. I'm pretty sure it's past his bedtime.
Yeah. He's got beauty
But,
sleep
yeah,
to
I'm
get.
gonna first thing in the morning. I'm gonna be like, dude.
You're going to ruin his whole day.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna say it. I'm just gonna say I don't have it. We're gonna have to rerun an old show or something.
You're going to have to come back.
Yeah,
That's solid.
That's
Yeah.
mean.
it's so mean. I'm gonna let it roll for like an hour or two.
Yeah. You forget about it. It goes all
The thing
day.
is, he's a big jokester.
Yeah.
So like he may be fully aware that something like this may be happening. So we'll see.
Taste of his own medicine.
I'll film the whole thing. It'll be like Jerky Boys. Anyway, that is a throwback. That might
Yeah.
be something that nobody remembers.
Yeah, nobody's.
I don't even know when.
Yeah.
All right, Jordan, take it away.
Okay, so kicking off the birthdays. In 1934, American singer and actress Shirley Jones, who appeared in the well-known musical films Oklahoma in 1955 and Carousel in 1956, she also played the lead role of Shirley Partridge, the widowed mother of 5, in the TV series The Partridge Family, which, fun fact, co-starred her real-life stepson, David Cassidy.
Yeah.
So fun. So then, in 1937, American jazz musician Herb Alpert. Oh, then in 1942, American guitarist and session musician Hugh McCracken, awesome last name. And then,
Especially if you look at it and it looks like huge McCracken.
not to be confused with Huge McCrackhead.
Yes.
Yes. And then in 1946, Al Nickel from the American rock group The Turtles.
Yes.
I missed a word. Okay.
So happy
Who-
together.
Brad.
Spoiler.
Spoiler
God, I'm
alert.
sorry.
Who had the 1967 number one single, bet you didn't know that part, Happy Together, and the 1967 hit She'd Rather Be With Me. In 1948,
Hold on, I gotta go back. Just watching the comments here. I'm so sorry, you guys. I have a teleprompter now, so I never look at my other computer screens anymore because I'm so in the zone. But I'm missing all these great comments. Paul Robertson, the host of Drums and Rums, he said, related to Phil McCracken.
I don't get it.
That's okay. I'll
that
fill you in later.
Oh, okay.
Phil McCracken.
Is that okay?
Phil my Kraken?
Oh, okay. Wow. I think I need two of those. Okay. And then in 1948, Thijs van Leer, organ, flute with Dutch rock band Focus, who had the 1973 single Sylvia and the 1973 single Hocus Pocus.
Nice.
And then in 1953, Sean Hopper, the keyboards with Huey Lewis and the News, who had the 1985 single The Power of Love. And
Huge song.
Such a
Huge.
so powerful.
And lovely.
And lovely. And then in 1954, our very own Brad Brock's brother from another mother and father, British rock drummer Tony Brock, with the Babies, who had 2 hits on the U.S. chart, Isn't It Time in 1977 and Every Time I Think of You in 1979. Brock also worked with Rod Stewart, Roy Orbison, Jimmy Barnes, and Elton John. In
Quite a list.
Yes, quite a portfolio, if you will. And then in 1955, Angus Young, Scottish-born Australian guitarist with AC/DC.
Rock and roll.
And then our birthday baby in 1984, Jack Antoff, American singer and musician of the indie pop band Fun, who scored the 2012 single We Are Young. He also worked with Taylor Swift on her album 1989. So
He's on another planet.
Yeah, that
really,
guy's
really talented.
nuts.
nice. And then on this day in music history, we have to obviously start back in 1958 with Chuck Berry's rock and roll classic Johnny B. Good single was
Of
released
course.
today, obviously.
Really? Today?
Yes, today of all days in 1958.
Oh, yeah. That's good stuff.
Yes. And then in 1967, Jimi Hendrix set fire to his guitar live on stage for the first time when he was appearing at the Astoria in London, England.
You know, at the Astoria, they still
Have the burnt guitar?
they still have the burn spot on the stage.
Oh, that's
right?
cool.
That's
It's pretty
awesome.
dope, right?
That's really cool.
That
You can go
is
and
cool.
see that.
Wow.
If I may be mistaken, any of our big music fans out there, they'll crucify me.
Nerds are
straight
freaking out right now.
Yeah.
Fake news.
Actually, that's what
Exactly. Correct me if I'm wrong.
And then in 1972, the Beatles' official fan club closed. Womp womp. I don't know. I just thought that was kind of interesting, I guess. And then in 1984, Kenny Loggins started a 3-week run at #1 on the U.S. singles chart with Footloose from the famous movie Footloose. And then in 1990, German and Italian production team Snap had their first #1 single with The Power. The track has been featured in many films, including Coyote Ugly, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Bruce Almighty soundtrack, and The Fisher King.
Is that the I Got the Power song?
I don't know.
I got the power.
I don't know.
Right?
I feel like I should know that.
I feel like
Like
that
that
would
techno
be
song?
relevant in all of those films,
Yeah.
at least.
And that is a jam. I should have looked it up. Should have
Isn't
looked
that?
it up.
Wait, who?
Should have YouTubed
Who
it.
was it again?
Snap! Exclamation mark.
Why did I think it was CNC Music Factory?
That sounds right. I don't know.
Don't question the Jordy Files.
Fair enough.
And for departures, in 1986, Isley of the Isley brothers. I overthought that again. Yeah, we talked about this. Okay. Passed away from a heart attack at the age of 48. And then in 1995.
Now, wait a minute. Yeah. Carry on.
Okay. And then in 1995, Selena, Mexican-American singer-songwriter known as the Queen of Tejano music, tragically passed away at the age of 23.
That was tragic.
That was
whole experience for her.
So sad, yeah.
That was crazy.
And so adorable. Cutest little babushka. And that completes the Jordy Files.
Jordy Files!
Thank you all. Thank you.
Well done.
You're all too kind.
Well, if you can't get enough of that little face, you can binge all of our segments on our website at jncpodcast.com. Just click on the Jordy Files link. Coming up next, we'll be putting Jeff and Bryan on the hot seat inside the Lipton tea. But first, how about we check out that other video?
Go for it.
All right. Very exciting stuff here. This video is great. I'm so stoked. I can't wait to share it with you guys. Obviously, you know the song that I'm talking about. I can't even think of the name offhand. But tell us a little bit about it before I play it.
So it's the first song that we did is the Sovereign Sons, or that we released. And super fun. It's just like a, whatever. It's like a bullshit pop song, but it's a fun one. And yeah, when we did the video, I don't even know where the genesis of it came from. I think we probably had the idea for that like kiss scene, and then everything else gelled around it, or something. I guess we wanted to do something with the girl, the girlfriend being terrible. Basically.
Turns out.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
anyway.
Plot thickens.
Yeah. That was great. Yeah, that was the first song we did. It was "Ain't Wrong to Feel All Right," and it ain't wrong to feel all right. I'm like, how does that song go? Because that's one that's like it's been birthed and it's gone now. It's off to college. We don't see it anymore.
Looking for a real job.
But that was a really fun song, and that was a friend of ours, and she did do a great job at being the bad girlfriend. And sometimes it's just tells the future.
There are some ouch moments in this video. I'm very excited to share it with you guys tonight. So here we go. This is the Sovereign Sons. It ain't wrong to feel all right.
It's a mouthful. Yeah.
That's what she said. All right, you guys. We'll be back. As I mentioned, coming up next, we got Inside the Lipton Tea.
Sun comes up again, and we both
I don't even know what to talk about with that. There's so much good.
Ladies, notes.
When she bashed the guitar, I was like, "Oh no!"
I know.
Was that like an old crusty fake guitar? Or
I
like,
had actually bashed that guitar once before.
okay.
So you can see like the way she kind of picks it up and holds it. She's holding the broken side away, but it took her a minute because the first time she tried it, it didn't break.
It did. I kind of thought maybe it was like she was fake hitting it, like not really.
Well-made machine.
Yeah.
Well-made. Yeah. Well, she finished the job. That's
She
for
did.
sure.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
and
she definitely-
your makeup, that was good. That
Still
was
haunts my
terrifying.
dreams.
I was
Yeah.
still
Still haunts me.
I still have
Pretty
that
hideous.
makeup in my pores. What year
That
was
was
that?
awesome.
Was that video made?
A
Couple years ago?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Maybe 3
2018,
years ago.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
That's awesome.
That's the first music video we ever did. That was like the idea was basically we want to figure out how to make a music video. So
It was great. I do notice that the quality of filming that you guys have in your studio with these other artists, do you guys do that yourselves or do you work with a film company?
no, we do it
It's all
ourselves.
in-house?
Mhm.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, Brian's got an amazing eye for just any kind of photography video. He's he's
Amazing.
just great at it, and yeah, it's something we do in house and just kind of offer. I mean, these days, I think it's really important as a studio to offer as much value as you possibly can
Sure.
to any artist out there, and such a huge part of that nowadays is video with Instagram and the way the way that the internet is such a huge part of gaining your following, and like even with this podcast, the video adds such a dimension to it.
Right, sure.
It's unbelievable. It's just a whole nother thing. So we figured we might as well just offer that to people, and that's something that hopefully it can make it a little bit easier for artists, so they don't have to go to two different places.
Sure.
We worked on them with the song, and then we can help you out with the video too.
That's awesome. We're definitely going to be talking after this podcast. I got some projects in the mix, so I've been waiting not only to get to know you guys a little better, but to definitely pick your brain.
That's awesome.
So, but now we're gonna pick your brain for some other reasons here.
Nice
In one of
segue.
one of our favorite segments here, inspired by the late great James Lipton, host of Inside the Actor Studio, we put our guests on the hot seat in a little segment we call Inside the Lipton Tea. All right, so I'm gonna have to do this a little different than I would normally do.
Okay, that's
Because
right.
there's
yeah.
two of you
That's-
here.
Bam, perfect shot. to
We
start
can
with.
play as a team.
Perfect. So we're gonna start with Brian.
Hey.
All right. Before I start, are either of you familiar with Inside the Actor Studio? Perfect.
I'm not.
Not so much. So we'll start with you.
Good.
Wow.
All right, Brian. Welcome to Inside the Lipton Tea. My name is Brad Brock, playing the part of Mr. James Lipton. I'm here with the boys from Raincat Recordings and the Sovereign Sons, Jeff and Brian. Are you ready to begin, gentlemen?
Let's do it.
Now, this is rapid fire, so
I don't even know what's happening.
that's okay.
Remember.
So, I'm going to ask a question. You're going to give me the first thing that pops into your mind, and then I'm going to switch right over to Jeff and get his answer. So, here we go. What is your favorite word?
Pineapple.
Oops, that's not Jeff. Where is Jeff? There it is.
Integer.
Integer. Ooh, good one. What is your least favorite word?
Squelch.
It's my least favorite sound, too.
Another good one. Polyamorous.
Kind of like that
This
word.
is fun.
What sound or noise do you love?
A good kick drum.
I was going to say a good snare drum.
That's why we're a good team.
What is your least favorite noise or sound?
Something that is out of tune or key.
A bad snare drum.
And oh gosh, that's all. Yeah. Yikes.
What is your favorite curse word?
Shit. Hopefully I can say it.
I'm a fuck guy. I like fuck.
I'm a fuck guy.
I'm a fucker.
As long as you're not a fuck boy.
I was going to say that. Yeah.
Yeah, plenty of those around. We don't need more of those.
Yeah, we don't need more.
All right, Brian, what turns you on?
Vision and drive.
That's a good one. Intelligence.
Nice. What turns you off?
Giving up.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with your answers, Brian.
Don't give up.
Stupidity, I guess, actually. Yeah,
What profession other than your own would you like to try?
Video. Well, I do videography. I mean, actually, for a full-time living, photography.
Yeah.
Photography specifically, maybe.
Probably a writer. I always wanted to be a writer when I was a kid.
Nice. What job would you not do under any circumstance?
Male stripper.
Not do under any circumstance.
We've talked about this for you.
Oh yeah, yeah, we did.
It's like, what did I say?
No, I think I said road work in the past, but I waited tables for so many years that I really hope I never do that again.
You and me both, Callum. I mean, it's always in my back pocket.
Yeah.
But, oof, yeah.
We'll never have to do that again. Don't worry.
Yeah.
And finally, if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
No worries, Brian. We can have a good time here. It's not too uptight.
We didn't. Oh God, I got nothing. I'm terrible. I'm so blanking on this. The Grateful Dead's not here.
That's pretty amazing. That was worth the wait.
Sorry to any Dead fans out there.
You just know that was genuine.
It was. Yeah, I
Came
gotta
from
say,
deep within.
I truly don't wish that they're there. Yeah.
You know, I have to say, like, the Dead are good for what they were. To say they were overrated, I think, is unfair. Because that's like when people say the Beatles are overrated.
Yeah.
It's unfair because they're certainly they left their mark.
Totally.
But when you compare, you know, I guess it's kind of like if you put Bob Dylan on stage with anybody that competes on The Voice.
Yeah.
They're going to slaughter him, but he's Bob Dylan.
No, I mean, like, I feel like everybody, like, I've got stuff that I love that people totally hate, and I totally get it. But I love it. So, I mean, that's how the Dead is.
Yep.
It's just like, it's so just not my cup of tea. Like, more power to you, but. Ugh.
Yep. I feel like music is objective, you know,
Yeah.
And that's what makes it so beautiful,
Yeah.
really. Well, we're moving into our next segment here. Very, very exciting stuff. So, jammers, get your thinking caps on because it's time for Name That Tune. That's right. We invite all of you tuning in live with us to play along and test your knowledge of popular music while you put your guesses in the chats and comments. We'll be guessing here in the lounge. We are looking for the name of the song and the artist. Tonight's category is songs about rain and songs about cats, if you can believe that.
Oh, that's a good one.
Did you get that?
Oh, and they are good.
Is one smelly cat from Friends?
No, but I think that perhaps it should have been.
Okay, sorry. I just
I'm so good at this game.
Yeah, this is Elly's best game.
I was so good at it.
Well, it might be yours. I feel like you like rain and you like cats.
I do like rain and I do like cats, but I'm horrible at this game.
Oh, me too. We can compete.
There you go.
Who can do
Who
worse?
is worse?
Oh, yeah.
Of course, you guys, at the end of this game, we will be picking one lucky participant in our live viewers to get some JNC swag. So definitely chime in and play along with us. And Jordan will be keeping track of that. Are you guys ready for your first clue?
So ready.
All right. Here we go. First clue. Songs about rain and songs about cats.
Won't you look down upon me, Jesus? You gotta help me make a stand.
Again, of course, we are looking for the name of the artist and the song.
Oh, great.
We actually ripped that lyric off in an Abolish song.
No kidding.
But here's how stupid I am. I didn't think I was ripping it off of James Taylor because I was like,
Oh, thank you. I needed that.
Spoiler.
That's the biggest hint of the night,
I'm
you guys.
the worst. I just ruined the whole...
It's okay.
That's called opportunity.
That was awesome. It's okay. Paul tried to tag a James, but tagged me in the chat.
So great.
Do you see it?
Kevin McLaughlin chimed in with Fire and Rain by James Taylor, and that is absolutely correct. What do you guys have here in the lounge?
I got a
Perfect.
blank board like always.
Oh, Lord. Perfect.
Oh, wait, I need to be writing people down. Okay.
Do your job.
Whoa, everyone. I'm distracted.
That was quick.
Yeah, look at them.
quick on the
Quick to
feedback.
judge me. Like, I don't do enough.
We talked about this.
It's so funny. Paul Robertson is hilarious. I think it's because he's just trying to answer these so quickly, and he's usually really, really
It
good.
typos him.
It's not that he typos them. He ends up tagging random people.
Oh wow,
on
that's
the
even
internet.
better.
And this one was James Jordan Taylor. But sometimes it's people he doesn't even know because
That's
Facebook allows you to
fantastic.
tag
Oh.
anybody.
Oh, he
That's so
just tagged
funny.
you guys too. He said, "I see fire and I see rain
Rain cat."
cat recording studio."
Nice. That's a solid one.
Christine Baird chiming in over there on YouTube. Got it. Fire and Rain.
Hey.
Hey, Christine.
Ashley says rain or cats.
Yes.
Oh.
Good guess. Yeah.
And of course, Christine in there with Fire and Rain. James Taylor. That is the correct answer. Alicia, it's not John Denver. It's James Taylor. But that's a good guess. That's solid. I think I was right around the right time. Are you guys ready for the next clue?
Yep.
It's coming at you. Those songs are great.
Pussycat, pussycat, I love you.
Fall right out of this chair. Here it is one more time for those of you playing along at home.
Pussycat, pussycat, I love you.
It's so funny. YouTube always flags this segment in our re-uploads, but it's always the most random songs. Like sometimes it won't flag any of these, but it'll flag some of the songs playing in the background when we're just talking.
Oh, that's
And
weird.
I'm like, I don't even know what song that is. Paul Robertson in with the correct answer. So it is Tom Jones' "What's New, Pussycat."
Oh.
Let's see what you guys got here in the lounge. My favorite song,
I sing it to my kitties.
Pussycat. What did you have over there?
Man,
What's
Brian
new,
got it.
Pussycat? But I didn't know the artist.
Tom Jones. Tom Jones.
But of course.
Obvi.
He's
Dang
he
it.
is
Clearly.
something. Let's see. Kevin McLaughlin in with Pussycat Tom Jones. Ashley in with Pussycat. I love you. Christine said Elvis himself is Pussycat. You know. Paul is the only one that got it. The Ryan Owens tuning in said meow meow. I told her the answer. He said Neil Diamond, not Neil Diamond. Paul Robertson said shaved or natural.
Oh wow.
Love
But it is What's New, Pussycat by Tom Jones.
Pussycat, pussycat, I love you.
The whole song.
Beautiful melody.
What's
Really
New,
beautiful.
Pussycat?
It is
Whoa,
pretty good.
Wah, wah.
All right, you guys, here is the next clue in Name That Tune.
So never mind the darkness.
moving into the 80s. Here, just one more time for you.
So never mind the darkness, we still can find a way.
Feeling better about this than I thought I was going to.
Paul Robertson in with the win. Guns N' Roses, November, Raincat Recording Studio.
Ooh, I got that one.
Oh, look at you. All right, Elly. What else do you get? You guys got
cold,
in here?
I said cold September
Gina.
rain.
Nice.
I'm
I'm
changing
embarrassed.
November.
Good enough. I'm going to give you the point.
I'm an idiot.
Rain Dance by Aerosmith.
Oh no, it kind of sounded like jacked up Aerosmith.
Jacked up Aerosmith.
Kind of was, you know, when you think about it. They're just a little younger, definitely jacked up.
Yeah.
You
There's a
know?
little more like.
That just should have been their thing.
Kevin McLaughlin comes in with September Rain. It's the wrong month, Kev.
Oh,
That's crazy. That's what Brian wrote too.
He came back and said, dang, I got
did.
the wrong month.
Hey, man, you need to talk, dude. We got stuff in common.
there must be a September
Yeah, there
rain
must
too.
be.
Yeah.
Do you remember the 21st night of September?
Do you? Man, you should go on YouTube and look up. There's this video of the lady that wrote that song because I love that song. Earth, Wind, and Fire is fucking amazing, but the lady that wrote that song is so batshit crazy. She wrote like 5 other hits too, and she doesn't play a lick of instruments. She just
wow.
writes lyrics and like melodies. And
Wow.
yeah, it's just great. It's so worth it. Just look up like on YouTube. Just go on writer September Rain, or
I'll check it out.
September.
September
September
Rain.
Rain. Yeah,
Remember the September Rain.
it'd be a good mashup actually for you.
You never know. The Ryan Owens is watching. He's notorious for great mashups. So.
Oh yeah.
Incredible.
Speaking of, I think maybe we'll feature one of the tunes that he did in the
Oh,
studio
cool.
with you
That'd be
guys.
great.
The
Yeah.
Chemistry song. We always love featuring that one. It's a great tune.
Clever,
So
clever.
stick
little
around,
bit.
Ryan.
So
We're gonna
clever.
play your song. All right, you guys. Here is the next clue.
My child arrived just the other day. He came to the world in the usual way.
Everyone's first chorus song.
Yeah, everyone before the 1980s.
Oh shit!
Or after.
Who sings it?
Right?
Might not be who you think it is. I get this all the time. Here it is one more time.
My child arrived just the other day. He came to the world in the usual way.
No, maybe.
Well, the
I'm
answer
going for it.
has made it into, so you better hurry up. Paul Robertson even took it another step further. But Ashley and Paul chimed in at the same time, just about with Cats in the Cradle. And the artist is Harry Chapin.
Oh my god!
Yep. Or Ugly Kid Joe, which did a really pretty good version
Oh,
of
wow, Jordan.
Kevin McLaughlin said Cat Stevens, Cats in the Cradle, and that's wrong.
Is that the
I
same
also
guy
said
that...
Cat Stevens.
Yeah,
Oh,
ditto.
Yeah.
it's wrong.
Wrong!
Okay, wait.
But Harry Chapin is correct in Cats in the Cradle, of course.
Harry Chapin. I put Charlie Chaplin,
That's awesome.
but that's what I meant.
That's awesome.
That's what I
That's
meant.
what I meant.
That's so good. You should get the point anyway.
Thank you. I
Cats
get.
in the Cradle by Charlie Chaplin.
I think he sang.
What do you guys
Yeah.
get?
I have Harry Chapin, but with a question marks. I don't know if that's
You got it.
Nice.
I have Cat Stevens. Too.
Oh.
And
I also put Cat Stevens. They sound
I knew it.
alike.
I knew it wasn't him.
It would have
So,
been a cat.
Let me
cat.
tell you a quick
Cat
story.
Stevens in the Cradle.
Yeah.
I think it's because the songs came out right around, or the artists were prevalent right around that same
Yeah.
time, and I think they have a similar sound, not exactly by any means, but similar in that singer-songwriter type way. But I think the fact that Cats is in the name is what sends people there, because it happens so often. When I was doing chips,
Yep.
they'd be like, "Can you play Cats in the Cradle by Cat Stevens?" And I'm like, "It's not Cat Stevens.
Yeah, it's
I
like
don't know what Cats in the Cradle you're talking about."
He probably does a cover. Yeah.
He does a cover.
Right. Probably not. He's like, no.
Probably not.
Too close.
I feel like Cat Stevens doesn't do any covers.
Kevin McLaughlin said Harry Chapin Carpenter. Ryan Owens said Cats in the Cradle Jim Croce, but it's not
Ooh,
Jim
that's a
Croce.
good-
But that's a good guess.
That's a good one,
Yeah.
too.
Solid. Paul Robertson It's not Cat Stevens. He said Cat Stevens in the cradle. You guys are on a roll tonight out there. We love it. All right, I have one more clue.
Oh.
Nope, I have 2 more clues for him.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
Double the fun.
Long game tonight.
Wow.
All right, here we go.
Nice.
Christine said she was thinking Cat Stevens also.
I only know this one because I used to play it.
Oh, yeah, this was one that you covered at your shows.
I only know it from Without a Paddle.
Here it is one more time for you guys.
Without a paddle.
It is a good movie. It's the best.
It's hilarious, dude.
Wow.
I can't. So Paul Paul got the right artist eventually.
Kinda.
So
That's a great song.
everybody have
It
their
is a
pens
good
down.
one.
What do you
It's
guys have here in the
underval-
lounge?
It's undervalued, I feel.
No Rain, Blind Melon.
Totally
No
underrated,
Rain,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, blank.
And no answer.
Blank, blank melon.
No answer. Yeah, blank,
Blank melon.
Nope. That's
Paul Robertson, he said blind Dr. Mello, and Dr. Mello is tagged.
Oh, yeah.
Whoever Dr. Mello is.
He's actually one of our guys.
Shout out
Yeah.
Dr.
Yeah.
Mello.
Yeah.
Yeah, he records with us. He's cool.
Well, he's tagged.
He's now tagged.
What's up, Andrew? How you doing, Mike?
Welcome.
Oh, Kevin in with No Rain.
Nada from
Christine
the
said
sky.
she's got most of that song in her head, but can't think of the hook. Kevin said Big Melons.
Big melon.
Sure.
The Ryan Owens, of course, with No Rain, Blind Melon. That is correct. Great job. You guys are killing it out there tonight. All right, this is the final clue. Last clue. Quite exciting stuff. This might be a tough one.
Is it Cat Stevens?
It's not, but it is a song about cats.
Cat class and I got cat style.
I know this one. Oh my god.
Lots of drums in that clue. Here it is one more time for you.
Cat class and I got cat style.
I don't know the artist, but I know the name. Can I get half a point?
Half a ding.
Kevin said blinded by the melons. He's still on it.
Happens to the best of us.
Oh, and Kevin got the answer straight away. It is the Stray Cat Strut by the Stray Cats.
Wow, what
do you guys?
original
Wow,
name.
I got the name.
Stray Cat Strut.
Nice.
Nice. Half point. What did you get,
I
Jordy?
got Kitty Cat Blues by Mr. Big Shot.
Amazing.
For
Kitty
creativity.
Cat Blues.
No answer. What did you get, Brian?
I just put cat crazy.
Cat crazy. I'll give it to you.
Love that too.
That's where I'm going.
Alicia Beal in with Stray Cat Strut by the Stray Cats. Paul Robertson said Stray Rain Cat Recording Studio.
I'm loving this.
He said Stray Cat Strut. He said Brian Seltzer. Seltzer? Yeah, Seltzer.
That'd be a great Brian Seltzer cover band. Brian Seltzer.
It's not a bad idea. Ooh, we're going to think about that. Ryan Owens said Cats the Musical Remix 2021 Method Man.
Method Man.
Christine said I'm on island time, so I got nothing tonight. Rub it in, Christine. We all want to be in Puerto Rico. All right. Well, I'm so proud of you guys.
I feel like we collectively got like a 70.
Did pretty damn good.
Yeah. We passed.
Pass. Solid.
Too shabby.
Yeah.
Nice.
Solid C.
I feel like that's the best one that I've done, and it might be because of cats. Not gonna lie.
I'm surprised there was that many songs about cats, actually.
I am too.
People like cats.
They do. They do.
Crazy cat. Cat crazy.
Let me see.
Stop talking about me.
I'm right,
Feel attacked.
I'm right here.
I'm gonna queue up.
Oh wait, we gotta.
Oh yeah, we gotta
forget.
do a
yeah,
drawing,
yeah.
don't we?
We had lots of participants.
Who gets the swag?
Who gets the swag here? I'm trying to find
Want some clothes?
trying to find Ryan's tune here so we can have that for
Nice.
Which one is it?
this is the chemistry song,
Oh yes, we didn't talk about
So good.
but I just gotta find it here. friends.
Okay, now they need that in chemistry class in high school
Oh, I know.
because
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
things are connecting.
Yeah, you would totally.
For the first time in my life.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah. It's like that was way more insightful than boring old chemistry teacher.
Fluorine, iodine, and neon.
It's
Like,
so
you're
good.
fine. I was like,
So good.
Yeah.
or fluorine, iodine.
He's got so many
Yeah.
good ones. I'm
We're
so
with ya.
glad that he played Irish Song when he came on here.
Oh, my
yeah.
god.
Because that
It was
is
so fun.
My favorite piece of music that's ever been recorded. Or, I mean, not recorded, but just written. It's,
Potatoes in the
I sing it to my girlfriend all the time when we're having breakfast. It's just, it's so good.
In the days following
Yeah.
the show here, with him on here performing that song, it was stuck in my head. I would just be like going through my day and be like, potatoes
So in the morning, potatoes in the afternoon, potatoes in the evening. Oh, you say it's hey.
Hey!
It's so fun.
Wow.
So good. So
Amazing.
good. Ryan, you're the man.
He is.
In
the jungle, man.
Kevin asks, how come Elly has to sit at the kids' table tonight?
She's been a very, very bad girl.
I'm in timeout.
It's all proximity. We just want to make sure everybody's got some space out here. All right. Well, I will look for that song. But I think we should give myself a moment to look for that. We're going to move into
Wait, we got to pick a number.
Oh, that's right. Gosh darn it.
You don't get a moment.
Stay on track.
Right. Anyway, Jordan, how many people did we have participating today?
We had 8.
Oh.
8 glorious participants.
Solid.
Yes. Mm-hmm. 7, 8, 9. Did you know that?
Oh, and,
No.
and yeah, 9, 8, 7.
And 8 was delicious. I've heard. Anyway.
Wow.
All right. So what we're gonna do, since Brian had to run off to the little potty room.
Wow, call him out.
I call myself out all the time. I'm like, talk amongst yourselves. Must piss.
You take it a step further and you say, to the little girl's room.
Yeah. Whatever.
Whatever.
I sit when I pee.
Okay.
Learning a lot of new things about old Brad today.
Goodness.
Anyway, so we're gonna do a drum
You don't want to make a
roll.
mess.
Pick a number between 1 and 8, and you'll decide the fate of our JNC
All right.
swag. All right, here we go.
5.
Number 5, Jordan.
Naturally. On YouTube, it's Ann.
Oh, Ashley.
Oh, is that who it is?
Yes.
Damn it, why does that always throw me off?
Ashley Ann.
Oh, well, she was on as Ashley on Facebook too, so she was.
She's hilarious. She likes to
all
pop
over.
between the platforms.
Oh, okay, that's what
She's on all of them.
she's everywhere.
She's on all of them. That's awesome. All right. Well, you guys, Tony Espinosa, as I mentioned earlier, is on a little hiatus and or just out of town, taking the night off. So thankfully, we have our in-house bad bitch from the Bad Bitch Bible, and she's going to be stepping in to give you your midweek motivation. Maybe. Well, that's not working.
Just make up an intro.
Midweek.
That was the best intro
That
ever.
was fantastic.
Amazing.
You should really save that and make that
Yes.
the intro from now on.
Flawless.
I'll just take the audio, I'll put it up against the cool graphic. All right, Elly, give us what we need to get through the rest of our week here.
God. Okay. I was prepared.
And then I got high.
I guess our lesson today will be just don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about you. If you want to do something, go out there and do it. Stop worrying about what people are going to think or say. Shit.
That's it.
Yeah, no, because like when you get in your head, and we talked about it earlier, when you get in your head about like, oh, well, this isn't perfection. Like, no, you have to start somewhere. You have to take that step and initially create something. And if it isn't perfect, whatever, like you enjoyed doing it, you wanted to do it. And how you feel about your creation, whatever it is, a project, writing a book, producing music, creating a song, whatever, just go out and fucking do it. And not and not and not worry about how other people are going to think about it or whatever, because it's your brainchild. It's what you want to do. It's your passion. It's your creation. So just start somewhere. Whatever it is, some people get so wrapped up in thinking about doing something instead of actually putting it to action. So if you take those baby steps, even if it's just one step forward, it's a step forward that you were thinking about taking, but you haven't actually taken that step. So stop being in your head and stop worrying about how other people are going to think about it and just go and fucking do it.
Yes. You know what?
So do something this week that you've wanted to do. Just take one step forward into that.
Hell yeah.
Super
I agree.
solid.
Amen.
Amen. It's interesting because I have a friend, when I was on the fence about kind of doing certain things or wanting to start a entertainment company and go full force into it. And I had all these great ideas and all these things that I wanted to do, but I was unsure. I wanted to make sure that they were perfect. And the whole song and dance. And he was like, well, he's like, you can do it and fail and say that you did it. Or you could think about it forever and never do it and then never know whether it was worth it or not. And I was like, you're right.
There's three choices.
Yeah. And then
you could do it and succeed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. And there's Tony actually preaches pretty often in his midweek motivations that what does he say? I had my train of thought, but I was doing two other things.
That shit happens all the time.
In that failure is the path to success, and it's a way to benchmark your abilities and say, well, that didn't work. And now you know not to do that next time. And it's the same with doing events or recording music and writing songs. You get that song that's like, well, that was awful.
Okay. That's a
And
thing.
the next one's a top 10 hit, and at least in my heart, I got a top 10 hit. But, you don't know until you try, and failure is not a bad thing.
No,
It's actually the most...
It's actually a lot more valuable teacher, really.
Yeah.
Success is fun, but you don't really learn that much from it usually.
Well, I think it's the absolute teacher. Yeah, and if you never fail, then you really haven't learned. And not that I wish failure on anybody, but
everyone's gonna fail.
Get out there and fail.
You're literally you're going to fail. You're going to fuck up. You're going to make mistakes, but that's how we learn how to do better the next time. You're like, all right, well, that shit didn't work, and you just gotta keep doing it again.
Yep.
And do it better.
Keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on.
What was that, Joe Dirt?
Maybe.
Joe Dierte?
That sounds like some Joe Dierte.
Dig it.
Well, you guys,
Lots of garden.
coming up next, we're going to get into our shameless plugs, but I found the video, so we're going to play this. This is the Chemistry song by Ryan Owens, nice. And this was recorded at Raincat. And you guys obviously did the audio and the video for this as well. Very exciting. This is one of Jordan's favorite tunes from Ryan, and I love it. And Ryan's such an animated, cool, engaging entertainer. So if you've seen this before, enjoy it again. If you haven't, enjoy it anyway.
You're in for a treat.
You're in for a treat. Here we go.
Isotopes. I suppose that's right. I'm not the brightest guy, but from the moment I laid my eye on you, get it? Ion? I knew that
I had to have you in my life. So I brushed up on my chemistry to try to impress you. 'Cause I think you're copper and tellurium. You are cute, right? And that spells cute on the periodic table. Copper, Cu, T. 'Cause I think we should get together. Baby, spend time forever. Working on our chemistry, strengthen our bond, compound our bodies all night long. 'Cause I think that you're fluorine, iodine, and neon. And that spells fine for you ladies and gentlemen that don't know that out there. Fluorine, F, iodine, I. Yeah, oxygen and magnesium. I mean, OMG. I know what you're thinking, girl. This song is stupid, but in a way, it's sodium funny. Sodium, so damn funny, right? Well, helium, hee-hee. See, I'm laughing too. Are you a carbon sample? 'Cause I wanna date you. And I think we should get together. Baby, spend time forever. Working on our chemistry, strengthen our bond, compound our bodies all night long. 'Cause I think that you're fluorine, iodine, and neon. You seem so strong, girl, like hydrogen. It's the strongest element. I need you in my life, like you were oxygen. These puns are pretty dumb, right? I should think of some new ones. But my hypothesis is we could have some fun. I hope the song, it gets a good reaction. Chemical reactions. I hope you say K, I mean potassium. And if you like, I can set my periodic table. And we can eat food and watch Hulu or Netflix. 'Cause I can't afford cable. But I think we should get together. Baby, spend time forever. Working on our chemistry, strengthen our bond, compound our bodies all night long. 'Cause I think that you're fluorine, iodine, and neon.
That was beautiful.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you,
I
Betty.
miss you, buddy.
So good. And like,
We're gonna die with that song. Right?
Yeah.
no kidding.
I just want you to know that.
But it sounds amazing. The room is beautiful. You guys really put a lot of work into that room, and it's gorgeous. And like I said, like it's so versatile in that it just looks beautiful.
Thank you.
For filming like that. And
That was one of the big things when we wanted to start a studio because we love recording so much, and that was always our favorite part of being in a band, or my favorite part, is always going to the studio. And we would always be like the annoying band that was looking over the engineer's shoulder, like, "What are you doing with that? And can you show me the thing?" And but a lot of studios are, like you said, kind of cold, uninviting, professional environments that you don't super duper feel like jamming or getting your creativity out. It's like you're under the pressure, under the clock, and we really wanted to make a place where people could almost feel like they were at home. Feel just really comfortable, because I feel like you get good takes like that when people are just loose and chilling. And that's just kind of part of that's the atmosphere we try to create, just to make people as comfortable as possible. So that means a lot to hear that it's a homing atmosphere.
yeah, well, I definitely need to come by.
Totally. Anytime.
Check it out and hang out. And I've been meaning to, honestly. I spend probably 12 hours a day in this room.
So understand that. Yeah.
But it's cool because I have that giant bar over there. And,
where I spend 11 of my hours.
It's a pretty rad room to spend
8
12
of them
hours
consciously.
It's not the worst.
No.
Not the worst office.
No,
Yeah,
not
this
at all.
is like I always say, this was definitely a labor of love through the lockdown. I was like, well, I need to do something with my time because
It shows you put love into all of it. It's good.
garage
awesome.
chic.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Pinkies out.
People wish. Yeah, this is a great space to
Other
work.
people use this for their cars.
Stupid.
Like,
Savages.
Lame.
Savages.
Lame.
Well, you guys, we're going to go around the room and shamelessly plug all the things that we've got going on. Of course, starting with our special guests. So take it away, fellas. What do you got going on?
This is going to be a really difficult question. A lot.
We do have a lot of projects going on right now. In terms of like stuff that just got released, we've got Soul Jam from Vero just came out with a new record.
Super good.
Super great. Yeah, they're killer. We did their last record and this one with them, and just an amazing band, amazing musicians. They track the whole thing live and then overdub vocals and couple little things, but pretty much that whole record is done live. Wow. And I mean, they are just such solid players. But anyway, go check that out. It's called Traveling On, and that's out on all platforms. And they have they have actual CDs too. So if you want to be a dinosaur like me and go to a show and support, they would probably appreciate it.
We're that next level of dinosaur. Like we're not, do you guys have CDs?
Yeah, people are
CDs. Where's the nearest Sam Goody?
There was a kid in the studio, he was, in his 20s, that was recording something a little while ago. And I was like, oh, do you want a CD? And he just looked at me and goes, a CD? Like I offered him a laser disc or something.
Barbarian.
Offensive.
Really?
Yeah.
The audacity.
Yeah.
What the fuck am I going to do with a CD? Anyway, that's a good one. Jake Walden Band's going to be coming out with a single soon. That's killer. Summer Gill just dropped Heartbeats.
Video
And
Yes, that is being featured currently on our JNC radio station. Really, really cool cut, man.
It is good.
She
She's
blows
killer.
my mind with stuff she comes up with. She's such an interesting songwriter, and she just, I don't know, her voice and just her style moves me. Like I listen to it, and I'm like,
That's
blow
awesome.
up.
She's
She's
great.
gonna
That's
blow up.
someone we've been producing since the beginning. So that's a great
Right.
example of like a songwriter that we work with very closely.
It's awesome.
Yeah, super fun. Yeah, we've always loved working with her. And the video for that too.
You guys were involved in that as well?
Yep.
Oh,
That was really
they
fun.
did it, yeah. Mhm.
I love when she
Brian did the whole thing.
No kidding.
Nice.
I love when she fished the clock out of the water.
yeah.
It's so
She
good.
wrote the whole script, and then we worked together to come up with the theme and filmed it. But it was her brainchild as far as the way the video goes and the story.
It's so good.
Yeah,
Awesome. Jake Walden, in fact, is our guest next week. So.
Get out of here. Is it really?
Yeah, he
Oh,
is.
that's
So
awesome.
that's fun. We'll get to talk about
He's
his
so good.
new
He'll
record coming
blow
up.
your mind.
Yeah, we have a pretty fun show coming up next Sunday. I'll talk more about that in my own Shameless Plugs.
Nice.
Back to you guys.
I know there's more, and I feel bad because I'm gonna freaking forget some people. But I mean, everybody, we just always try to follow our social media and stuff because we try to promote everybody that we're working with on everywhere we can.
I'll
I mean,
throw some stuff out because I'm looking at our calendar.
Perfect.
So Victoria Lee's working on new music. Nicole D'Agostino's working on new music. We've got a couple named Dan and Ada. We've got Jim Thompson coming out with new songs. We've got Crystal Dangerfield coming out with new songs. We've got Jim Fowler coming out with new music. We've got In Motion coming out with new music.
Yeah.
We've got
New kid
Ethan
named-
Mahler coming out with new music. Gary Beckett's coming out with new music. A new client named
Journey
Journey.
Velez is coming out with a cool new song.
Andrew Marsh.
Dr. Mello.
Dr. Mello is coming in
Dr.
to make new
Mello.
music soon.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's the main stuff. And then we're working on new music.
Yeah, we got
Sovereign
Right,
Sons.
I was going to talk about or wanted to make sure that we touched on new music coming from the Sovereign Sons as well.
Yep.
Very exciting.
Slowly, like a turtle. Like a very determined turtle.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Reminds me of that the old cartoon of the tortoise in the air.
Yes. That is the pace that we like to move at.
But predictable. It is. But you know what? Yeah, you won't fail going.
You'll
going
get
slow.
it. I don't know when, but you'll be there.
Nice. Well, I was going to mention, I think the very first time I met you guys was at Zach Jones's
Snorkel Corn, right?
Snorkel Corn,
The one on the
summer
roof.
class- the
Yep.
one on the roof.
Mhm.
And you guys had a booth
yeah.
there,
Yep.
and I remember popping by and meeting you guys.
That was the first time I saw you play, actually. I was.
Yeah,
mhm.
the show's come a long way from there, and it was so hot too.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, there was like sweat in my eyes the whole time. I couldn't see anything. I couldn't
Record
hear
heat.
anything.
Yep.
I think this
Probably
is
because you were passing out.
well, I have
very
since then, I exclusively use in-ear monitors, and it's just been a lifesaver for me.
Yeah.
But such a quick turnover there that there was no way to be like, ooh, can I dial in my monitor up here? It was like got and run, and I couldn't hear anything. Like I couldn't hear any of my drums, and they're all digital, so it's just like I don't know what I'm doing up here.
You're like kick, snare, kick, snare. Kick.
Yeah, I think that's what the sounds are.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You sounded good.
thank you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it was, I was like, who are these guys? I was like, Rain Cats. And I was, and I was still kind of fresh getting back into the scene at that point. This was
That's when you were
4
kind of
years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'd done a couple shows as just an acoustic thing, and I was like, nope, this isn't working. I did enough of this on the ship. So that's when I started developing that one-man band thing. And and that was probably the first event I ever worked with Zach on.
Oh, yeah.
He just kind of like asked me or accepted my bid because I had been kind of harassing him up to that point. Like, hey, man, book a bunch of the places I want to play. And he's like, well, come to my snorkel corn thing and play a set. And then he was like, dude, how have I never seen you before?
Yep. Just saying. I've been here the whole time, man.
I was trying to show you.
Yeah, and now Zach is a great friend. We do a lot of work together. So to my point is he's got the resurrection of Snorkel Corn because we missed it last year. Are you guys going to be involved or come out to that?
Hopefully. We haven't talked to him about it, but we're pretty good. We're pretty tight with Zach, so we always support when we can. So
Nice.
yeah,
Awesome.
yeah,
Well,
no, we try to be as involved in the community as possible. But it's tough to get it out to as many shows as we'd like, just because we're always in the studio. But
Hasn't been that many this last year.
no, and there haven't been many shows. Yeah, that's for
But,
sure.
Well, it's fun. I mean, kind of the mandate of this show, or the original purpose was because as an entertainer playing shows 5 nights a week, 7 nights a week sometimes, I never get an opportunity to go see music.
Yeah.
So what do? I just bring them to my house.
Super smart, actually. Yeah.
I bring it to the house
It's
and I
genius.
say, let's have a private concert. And we've had some really fun moments in here. Stephen D. Hunt came in with his entire contraption, and
He's awesome.
Jordan and it was just Jordan and I and Stephen, and it was the most intimate, interesting concert I've ever seen.
That's cool.
He's just on another level of being able to put all that together.
Yeah. No, it's intense.
So, we had moments like that, which was so fun. But anything else going on that we need to know about?
I feel like that's pretty much it. I'm stoked to be here. This is cool. Yeah, we'll definitely be
It's
sharing
dope
this.
to
This
have
is-
you, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is so cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
we
we've
love
got
you guys.
Yeah, we've got some exciting stuff for the future. We're definitely going to start working with artists that are out of this general area, just in our direct area, and open up the opportunity to work with people outside of where we are. So that's super exciting to do online stuff and kind of facilitate the ability to produce artists that aren't just here. So we can really create tight relationships with people that need help that maybe can't get it where they live. So we're super excited about that.
We've also
And,
got some sample packs coming out soon that we're going to be releasing for home producers and whatnot to some of our drum sounds that we've been able to capture with our gear in our room and whatnot. So we're going to be
That is
releasing
something that I need to talk to you guys about.
Yeah.
You guys ever heard of a company called Drums on Demand? I use them avidly in songwriting and putting out demos and things like that. Just because it's an art form to record drums, and I do not tiptoe on that. That's a full step. You guys, I send it to you, and anybody that engineers really nice sounding drums out there. It's an art. There's a lot of drums are not like a melodic instrument, so it's not like but they have to be in tune.
There's a lot to it,
and so hats off to you guys. That's awesome. And we'll talk about those
we get
drum things because I definitely
had
have
some cool ones. We spent some time just kind of building up our gear over the years. Like Brian's got this amazing kick drum that he built out of an old marching kick. That it just sounds unbelievable. So I mean, there's
26
just
by 10.
yeah, it's
Oh my God.
ridiculous. It's like obscene.
Yeah, so we perfectly tuned every kick drum and every snare drum we had in the studio, like, and got pristine samples. So I'm super excited. One, because I won't have to tune those drums if I want to use them.
Right.
Theoretically, you know.
Oh, that's too fun. Yeah. No, I love, like I opted to go the digital route for my live shows with the digital drum kit.
Yeah.
Not only is it just a consistent sound every time I play, I never have to worry about busting heads.
Nope.
But I'm able to control my mix way better than carrying a
So
set of
much
mics
easier.
around.
Oh my God, yeah.
So
It's a
it's
disaster.
yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah, so it's more of a level of convenience, and the byproduct is that the sound is actually way better.
Yeah, no, that also doesn't hurt that they're like they sound awesome.
Yeah, you're right. It's just award-winning sounds, but that's awesome. That's the best shameless plug yet.
Yeah. Keep an eye out. They'll be on the website. We're gonna be when we release it, we're gonna be offering a free promo, and the rest of them will be very attractively priced.
Awesome. Very stoked. Yeah, I'm all about that because I'm like I said, Drums on Demand. I've been a customer of theirs for probably working on 15 years.
Yeah.
I've been using
They've been around a long
their
time, yeah.
samples and their song packs and things like that. So shout out to Drums and Rums. Or Drums and Rums. Shout out to you too, Paul, but
Why not?
Drums on Demand as well.
Drums, rum, and drums on it.
Yes. All these things. I love them all.
All the drums.
All right. Elly, do you have any shameless plugs back there?
No, just the normal one. Go to my website. Follow me on social media, thebadbitchbibleblog.com and Bad Bitch Bible Blog on Instagram.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That was great motivation, by the way. I feel motivated.
Good.
Yeah.
That's the point.
The point is,
Any shameless plugs from you, Jordan?
I'll let you do them tonight.
Oh, okay. Just send it to me.
I'll let you have something here. Yeah.
Well, that's awful nice of you.
Yes.
Well,
You've enough for both of us.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you needed to take a leak or refill your drinks.
A
this
leak?
Is
Take a squeege.
you never heard that? Take a leak?
That's what
Is that
my
is that
dad
a
used to
thing?
say that.
It was
yeah.
very unbecoming of you.
Unbecoming.
Okay.
Be classier.
Yeah.
Christine said I could go for some Rums on Demand.
Yeah.
A piddle is definitely better.
A piddle.
Take a piddle.
Okay, I'll be taking a piddle. Or you
Go
guys
to
can
the
take a
Whiz
piddle.
Palace.
The Whiz.
Go drain the main vein.
Oh, wow.
'Cause that's better than take a leak.
Anywho, shamelessly plug.
Here we go. We're going to shamelessly plug away here. Christine said, shameless plug for Jordy's hair tonight.
Oh, yeah.
I actually did it. Thank you all for your support.
All right. Well, of course, as always, thank you again for catching the show live. And to those of you catching the show later on, we invite you to check out a live show. We broadcast on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on Facebook. And Facebook, I'm sorry, Facebook, Facebook Live, YouTube, and JNC Radio. You can find links to our live shows all over our social media and our website, jncpodcast.com. Check it out and subscribe and follow and share. All super important things and the freest things that you could do to help us out. I do want to send a quick shout out to our sponsors and partners at Code Rum. They have Rums on Demand. Of course, Hop Life Brewing, the Sneaky Tiki in downtown Stewart, Treasure Coast Entertainment, Snorkel Corn Entertainment, TC Nightlife, and our friends at Drizzly.
No.
Elly loves that.
Drizzly.
Drizzly. Check them out and support local when you can. I do have some one-man band shows coming up here. Let me pull that up there. Let's Let's see what we got. Oh. I really need to move that button.
Don't worry, some people still like coming to your show.
Thanks, Jordan. You always make me feel better. Of course, tomorrow night on April Fool's Day, I will be at the Square Grouper in Fort Pierce at 8 p.m. Justin Mandel will be playing bass at that show. Gives me a little break on my bass playing. Friday night, I will be at the Sailfish Brewing Company in Fort Pierce. I will be opening up for the Leafy Greens Band, who were guests on our show, good friends of ours. So check me out at 4 and then check them out, I believe, at 8 or 9 o'clock. So they'll be going on right after me. Sunday, it is our Code Rum party at Sneaky Tiki in Stewart. It's the first Sunday of the month, and it is also Easter. So I can't promise I will have an Easter egg on. But after you have Easter service and Easter breakfast, you can come out and hang out with us for our Code Rum party at the Sneaky Tiki at 2 p.m. There'll be rum samples and pirates and, bears, oh my. And of course, my Monday double, I will be at Blue Point Bar and Grill in Tequesta at 12 noon on Monday. And I will be at the Square Grouper at Jupiter, just up the street, at 8 p.m. on Monday night. And that rounds out my great big work weekend, which is just so fun.
I know you're looking forward to it.
I am. I always do. I'd love for you guys to check out our companion internet radio station, JNC Radio. It's running 24/7 on the Live 365 app or at jncradio.com. We play a mix of hit songs, indie pop, and loads of local music, many tunes that were recorded with Jeff and Bryan at Raincat. We also feature this podcast playing live. We do replays of the podcast. We feature theme shows throughout the week, so different kinds of music and things like that. We also have the Pirate Radio Show Sundays with Captain Johnny Ringo, and there is more on the way. So check it out. JNC Radio is the sponsor of the very first Guitar Slinger Shootout. You can see that behind my head here. There it is. And that's happening at Terra Firmata on April 11th. The show features the Kevin McLaughlin Band and the Jake Walden Band, and they'll be slugging it out for guitar glory. Yours truly will be there emceeing the whole event. So get your tickets at terraformata.com, or you can get them at the door. It's going to be fun.
That's a solid show. Yeah, that's really good.
Yep, and it's going to be totally like WWF style.
Nice.
So I'll be there.
Oh, that's rad.
I'm wearing my tuxedo tee.
That's rad.
It's gonna be like, let's get ready to rumble.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna be fun. So each band plays a set, and at the last song of each of their set, the other guitarist, so it'd be Kevin and Jake, or Jake and Kevin, they come on and they just basically have a guitar solo duel. And they do that twice during the show. So it's going to be a great time.
I want to come to that one. I'm going to put that in the calendar.
Yeah, we got to be there.
So yeah, and I'll be there with my best ring announcer voice. So super stoked. Of course, next week, you guys, our guest here on the podcast is Jake Walden. So you can get to know him here before you get to see him on April 11th at Terra Firmata. I want to let you know we also just launched our Patreon page, and that is a subscription-based fan club that helps us reach our goals financially while providing our patrons with exclusive behind-the-scenes content, extended podcast footage, swag bags, and more. So you can check out the link to our Patreon page and help support our show in a big way this year. And that is my Shameless Plugs! Oh, what am I doing? Shameless Plugs! There's another one. If it all went perfectly, it wouldn't be any fun. Jordan is just holding her head in shame over there.
April 11th.
April 11th.
April 11th.
Yep, and shout out, of course, to Kevin McLaughlin for my script is moving because I'm saying things for tuning in tonight, and so he is responsible for putting that show together and that whole concept. So it's going to be very, very cool, interesting. I'm excited to be a part of that. and the radio station is proud to be a sponsor of it as well. So,
Yeah, I gotta say, the JNC radio is rad. To anybody that hasn't heard it yet,
Yeah?
it's just really, it's awesome.
Yeah.
I put it on all the time. It's great. Yeah.
it's fun. You know, we're still working on really the whole vibe of it, but I think we're settled into a pretty cool.
Oh, that's great.
You know,
Yeah.
it's one of those. I always wanted a station that I could just put on, and it's just easy music to listen to. And then, you know, you pepper in like some throwbacks and some hit songs. And then the most important thing is in between those hit songs, you sandwich in these great local artists that we have here. And it's so seamless.
That's really cool.
That it's like, well, just like Jordan said, she's like, is this song playing on our radio station? Because I feel like I could sing along with it, you know, because it sandwiches in by design in between these songs that you know by heart. And so it's kind of fun. I took the concept from my own live shows. Where I kind of mash up my original songs with songs that everybody knows. So I'll play a song that everybody's going to get up and dance to. And then as they're like right into it, I just kind of, and now we're in my song. And we're just going to keep you there.
I love it.
And so.
See how I tricked you?
Yeah, exactly.
See what I did there?
I'm a musician. But anyway, I guess as we're winding this old truck down here, how solid are those Jello shots over there, Jordan?
Have they melted?
Still pretty good?
I mean, they're easier to take.
All right, let's do one more round.
It's
of these
half
boys.
liquid, half Jello.
Yes.
Extra sloppy.
Sloppy Joe, sloppy Joe.
Oh, yeah, they are a
Getting a
little.
little,
They are jiggly.
a little jiggly.
Yeah.
Well, cheers, you guys. Thanks for being
Cheers.
here again.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Cheers.
I gotta do the finger move.
Yeah, I think I'm going to let the little teddy bear
I should have.
live in there.
I should have done it.
So, I'm glad these napkins are here now.
Oh,
It's much more necessary now.
wow. That was a lot.
Jello.
I was gonna say, and it's kind of a dig on Elly, but remember those Jello shots at our Halloween party?
Extra sloppy.
Okay, they were pre-bought.
Oh, those were bad too.
Were they bad? I don't know. I was already drunk at that point.
I feel
Same.
like these Jello shots are strong.
Yeah.
Good job.
It's like, it's
strong
thank
like
you.
bull.
It's a lot of heartburn in the throat region.
Ew, in the throat region.
Throatal region.
Oh man, I feel like you said throat quite a bit tonight, and I'm not sure why, but it's like I don't know. I'm just like throat.
It's a weird word.
Maybe your
Oh
new
my-
least favorite word.
Yeah.
Maybe
Could be on the list.
Man.
You guys had good stuff for the Lipton tea, by the way.
Oh, good.
Yeah, those answers. I was like,
those were good. I took
Didn't
notes
see
myself
those.
if I ever get put against it again.
I love your James Lipton impression.
One of these days, it's gonna get real good.
It's
like
good.
When
It's
we,
pretty
when
good
we up
now.
our production to like the next level. Like I'm gonna do the whole hair slick back.
Yeah.
And, it's-
What hair?
oh,
Wah, wah.
No. Just budget for new hair.
Hey, if the show ever takes off, I'll just get hair plugs.
There you go.
That's
There
right.
you go.
Yeah, dude, don't threaten me with a good time.
Talk about shameless plugs.
Yeah.
That's a genius.
that was good.
Start a hair company called Shameless Plugs.
Wow.
Smart.
I think we're done. I think the studio is
Yeah, sorry, we're gonna cancel everything.
Talk about a winning idea.
And this has been the think tank.
And goodbye.
New business.
Oh man. Well, you guys, I'd like to thank all of you for joining us this evening. Give it up for our guests, Jeff and Bryan.
Thank you again so much for having us. It's
Great
really
time.
been awesome. Yeah.
Oh, thank you for coming. Our pleasure.
And of course, how about a round of applause for Jordan Taylor and Elly Brock?
Oh, wait.
It's all in reverse.
It's very confusing.
Stage left. Yeah.
Again, join us next week for the show. Jake Walden is our guest, and very excited to meet him. He's an incredible guitarist and songwriter, and is a client of Rain Cat Recording Studio, actually in there putting together a record, a brand new record.
New single.
new single. Because he just released a record just not too long ago, right?
It was
About
like
a year ago now.
I know.
Has it
right
been a
at the
year?
Right at the
Yeah.
beginning of the
And
pandemic.
it's got an acoustic record like in the closet. It's so good.
Oh,
An
the
acoustic.
can.
He's a very incredible musician. I'm glad you guys are gonna get to meet him.
Yeah,
Nice.
very stoked, and he seems like such a cool dude. So check that out next week, same bat time, same bat place. Until then, you guys be good or be good at it. Broadcasting live from the legendary JNC Lounge. I'm Brad Brock. Good night.
we did it, folks.
That was fun.
That was so fun. You guys are awesome.